Hello everyone and welcome back to another update video. Today I'm going to do some weathering of some engines, and here's the inspiration for my next project. I saw this picture and I thought I'd like to have one of my locos looking like this. And here's the result. I mean, it's not an exact replica of the picture, but as I said, it was the inspiration for it. And it looks grimy and used, and a little bit of rust here and there, and that's just the way I wanted it. The effect was achieved using some dark brown washers, some weathering powders, etc. And I like the overall look that I've achieved here, especially when it's pulling these dirty tank wagons. I think the effect is very good. This is also an engine that I converted to digital. It was originally an old Minitrix engine using the EMS system. So I've removed all the old electronics and just hardwired in a decoder. It's a little bit noisy, but again, this is an engine that there's no flywheel. It's one of the old Minitrix engines. So I think I've got it running as quietly as I can. So I'm very pleased with the look of this. And here we have the next loco that I have weathered. The reason I weathered this one was basically to cover up an accident that I had with it. I dropped it and the housing cracked and broke into I think 5 pieces, and also some of the roof details broke off as well. So I basically glued everything back, and you could still see the cracks. You don't see it on this side because it's mainly on the other side, so that's why it's running in this direction. Again, the roof detail broke off, so I've had to re-glue it. I've replaced some of the bits and pieces with some very thin strips of plastic and painted it a grey colour, and just gave it a weathering. So you really would struggle now to see where the damage was. And again, this is an old Minitrix engine, no flywheel, runs remarkably smoothly for such an old engine. Again, a Doller and Haas decoder is what I used. So I'm very happy with the result. And here, just as part of a running session, one of my favorite types of engine, with some wagons that I've weathered, some very heavily, others quite lightly. I've also painted some of the panels to indicate running repairs on them. They don't match the original paint job for them. Also some scratches and dirt marks, rust spots, etc. on the roof, and repainted sections to indicate, again, as I said, running repairs. Overall, again, quite like the look, how they've turned out. The original roofs were way too shiny on some of them, like a silver color, and I'm not sure that even if they were originally that colour, that would have lasted for very long. And the brown wagons, the roof was the same colour, and again, I'm not sure that that was correct. Anyway, I prefer this sort of grey colour with the marks and dirt scratches and rust spots, etc. So quite happy with how this turned out. And finally, we have my Gutter Triebwagen, the LAG895. As you may have seen from a previous video, I was in the middle of doing a DCC conversion for it. I was undecided as to whether I would actually complete it or not. But in the end, I decided to, and it looks really, really good. It's a very unusual little loco. I know in my previous video I said it needs a catenary system to run for the look, and my branch line doesn't have one, so it isn't strictly correct, but I do like this little loco. I've set the decoder at the correct, what I think is the correct speed, because I think these only had a maximum speed of 40, maybe 50 kilometers per hour maximum. So I've got this running around the my layout. I actually did run it on my main line where I do have my catenary masts, etc. But it just looks out of place on the main line. It's not really meant for that. So here it is on the branch line, running away. Lights and everything work as well. The space inside was very tight. One thing I did notice when I was doing the conversion, one of the handrails was missing, and I managed to fix that by getting some very thin soldering wire and bending it to shape and painting it a black, dull black color, and gluing it on, and you wouldn't even notice now that the original was no longer there. It's just fits in very nicely. And I've got it pulling a little Talbot hopper wagon, which again is one that I've weathered, streak marks, grime, etc. And yeah, it just looks good. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. As always, if you have any questions or comments, just submit them below, and I will try and answer them as soon as I can. Once again, thanks a lot. Bye.